Well, hello everybody. Lovely to have you along again, and welcome to Blue Garden Cottage. This week, I obviously was really busy. Nothing specific about the order of this month, but I have been busy, so I'll tell you what I have been doing, especially over the last couple of days. But first, I'll update you on what I've done in the garden today. Just one of this week's make do, no throwaway, no waste gardening things. That looks like straw, but it is from the old allotment we had over a year ago. I brought home loads of seeds from the purple sprouting broccoli, but never ever got to seed them. So this time I have just chucked them all around like a mulch to protect the soil from the hard frosts we're getting. If they sprout, if there are seeds that fall on the ground and sprout, brilliant. If not, that's okay. At least the soil's protected. And in the back you can see I've tidied up under the potting shed. I've got new wood chips down on the floor, and I've used some of the soil up there because I've potted on some new bulbs that I got for the garden for spring, but I'm not putting them straight in the ground because it's still getting frosty now, and I don't know how they'll survive with the slugs. So I have put my blue iris bulbs in here, mixed lupin in there. I have got some Queen Fabolia brodea or brodea, whatever, however you say it, I don't know. And then my blue and white gladioli over there. So they're going to come up there as soon as they're ready to go out and the soil is warmed up enough. I'll stick them out in the front garden, and maybe a few in some pots in the back garden here under the cover. But I've got some of them doing, and soon I'm going to have to do some more clearing because these shelves have to become more productive for the seed sowing, but it's not quite time yet. I'll wait until near February, the end of February, before I start sowing the seeds. So I've got a little bit of time left, and I've still got some beetroot and some chard and some perpetual spinach, and I've got some bay shoots that somebody's given me. I've got cabbages to go out when they're ready, but I'll transplant them to keep them going until then because I don't want them to bolt when they do go out. And in the meantime, nothing much gone in the garden, but listen to those birds. I hope you could hear it. Isn't that just beautiful? And of course, not this weekend, but the following weekend is RSPB, birdwatch, garden birdwatch, for counting the garden birds. So if you're interested in getting stuck into that, go online with the RSPB and check out their weekend that they're doing that for us to have a look at the birds in our gardens. It helps them to figure out what numbers of birds and types of birds we have still in our British gardens. And this done in the house. Yeah, it looks all pretty, but it's out of necessity. I actually got some bread made, and again out of necessity, using up pears that were way too ripe. I do not like ripe fruit that is so ripe it's too juicy and too sweet. I cannot stand soft fruits. Soft fruits that are overripe, that is. So the pears I cooked and stewed down. We've already had some. That's what's left. That will go in the freezer for another day, and that is actually enough for two of us. And I put a little bit of the Oatly creme fraiche and some crumble with that. So that is enough for one dessert for each, my husband and myself. So that will go in the freezer for another day. And the crumble, I made loads. On that little bit of fruit with a couple of tablespoons of the Oatly creme, we only have about 3 or 4 tablespoons of this, so this will last us for months. So when I make crumble, I make a huge big batch, 2 oven trays full, and this will last us a minimum of 3 months if we have some once a week. That will last us a long time. So it's saving energy and saving time because it's already made. It won't last much longer than 3 months because it starts to taste stale after that and not so crispy. but it's a way of saving electricity and time and having something on hand. So that's another one. So there's two things: not throwing away or composting fruit that's too ripe to have fresh, and making a big batch of something to use slowly over time. And then the bread, well, I did that because I'm determined not to go to the shops, even though it works out only slightly more expensive. Maybe not, maybe about the same price as what you'd pay for in the shops, but the difference is that I'm not going out of the house and I'm not going into the shop. If I go into the shop for a loaf of bread, I can guarantee that at the shop I will remember something I have forgotten and come out with a lot more. So I'll have spent more. It would be a very expensive loaf of bread. So making from scratch actually works out cheaper because I'm not going to the shops and remembering to buy stuff that I might have forgotten that I could do without. So I have been determined to do that. We have actually been using our food storage a lot more, and the only thing I go to the shop for now is the fresh stuff that I can't grow or make myself at home. So there you go, using the food storage, and then we replace what we've used when we get a shop. So it's the one way of saving money and getting used to living on our food storage, so it's just an everyday thing, so that if anything hits the fan, there's no real change for us. We just carry on doing what we're doing. And to be honest, living out of food storage, I don't think that's bad at all. Do you? Is that so hard to live by making stuff like that from food storage? I don't think so. I think it's quite a privilege, actually. So there you go. And another thing I've been doing is I have finished my skirt. You remember I started sewing, tacking that up as like the other one that I made from a pair of trousers. So that is now a skirt with some tartan. And so that's again, make, do and mend. So there you are. That's what I've been doing over the past few days. I've got quite a bit more to do, a bit of paper shredding to do. Then the paper is good enough to add to the compost when it's shredded, so that will go in as more carbon materials for the composter. And yeah, still lots to do, and I'll keep you updated on that. In the meantime, it's been lovely to have you with me. Do like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell and feel free to comment and share. And I shall speak to you all again soon after saying welcome to new subscribers. Bye bye.